How's it going, everybody? So, I guess you could say I've got a motivating video for y'all today. It's not really intended to be motivating or anything specific. It's definitely not some, positive fantasy mumbo jumbo. It's kind of just reality. And um, it's a reality that many people in this world don't see, can't see, or choose not to see for some reason. I'm not sure why, but it's constantly brought to my attention because I'm constantly um, meeting people and talking to people who seem to think in self defeating ways. And all my life, I've been the type of person to seek empowerment, to seek solutions, instead of choosing to be defeated, instead of choosing to be um, guided by my circumstances. I've always to create my circumstances. I've always chose the path of empowerment rather than victimhood. And the sad thing is, most people who think this way, most people who have the self defeating victim mentality of hopelessness, like they're not good enough, like there's nothing that they can do, feeling like they're just hopeless, feeling like bad things always happen to them. The sad thing is, these types of people create that hopelessness for themselves because they've thought this way the majority of their life. They just assume that these things are true. And whenever somebody tries to tell them that they're not destined to fail, whenever somebody tries to tell them that it's their thinking that is making their life bad, for some reason, these people just cannot allow that to sink into their head. For some reason, these people cannot question their self defeating thoughts. For some reason, these people cannot entertain the possibility that maybe perception can change. Maybe their thoughts of, like, oh, life is just so bad, I'm never going to do better for myself, yada yada. It's weird to me that these people can't see that your thoughts are not true. Like, it's like these people just believe their thoughts, that they think that thoughts come to them from some magical place or something. Like, they don't realize that they're actually creating their thoughts, and that their thoughts have, like, they're literally creating your reality. It's not a mumbo jumbo spiritual thing. It's literally what happens. In order for you to, your emotions come from your beliefs. This is something that people really have to search up and do more research themselves. A 10-minute video is not going to do you justice. But the fact of the matter is, people choose to give up before the battle is even started. People choose to be defeated before they've even given themselves a chance. And I see this with many people. And to be honest with you guys, I'm not against marijuana, but I've noticed this to be very common with people who smoke marijuana. Very, very common. And I have a lot of really close friends who smoke. Well, they're not as close as my closest friends, but I've known them for years and we've hung out on a regular basis. But of course, we're not that close because I live a different lifestyle than them these days. But I see them run into the same exact problems over and over and over again. And they have the same defeatist mindset. Now, is this marijuana causing it? Or is this something that they've already had and they use marijuana to treat it? Well, I don't think marijuana is helping them solve their problems. I think that it allows them to be relaxed, and then they never are able to reflect on their problems and actually go through with the reflective work that needs to be done to actually solve these problems. Most of these people just want to escape their problems, and that's what you'll always hear them say. Like, I just wish that this would be over. I just wish that my work week would be over. I wish that the suffering would end. I just want to finally make enough money for my bills. I want to make a living, and blah blah blah. It's always this like, I just want this to end type of thing. It's never like embracing life. It's always trying to get life over with. It's really sad. Um, but I've realized that whenever I think this way, if I don't allow myself to reflect on the actual situation, like if you're not questioning your thoughts, if you're not questioning these emotions and these self-defeating thoughts, like does my life have to be this bad? Am I really hopeless, right? Like, what can I do to improve my situation? If you start asking yourself these questions and then you start to take action on this, you can turn your life around. The problem isn't that these people's lives are bad. The problem is that they're chronic pessimists. And it's extremely difficult to really to turn your life around, first of all, if you're a pessimist and if you think thoughts of hopelessness, first of all. Second of all, if you, you'll start to notice, like, oh, I've turned my life around, things are going great, but then as soon as they face a challenge, as soon as things start to seem like they're not doing so great, they allow that bump in the road to take them all the way down to rock bottom. And this is why they're constantly in a cycle of, like, oh, things are going great, but it's only a matter of time before, life shits on me again. It's only a matter of time before before something happens and my life sucks again. It's not that life is trying to fuck you in the ass. It's not. It's more that, you're not able to adapt to the ebb and flow. You're not able to adapt your thinking to get the results that you want. You see, if you want success, you've got to start to think like a successful person. And successful people, or if you want happiness, let's just say, because to me, success and happiness are they're shades of the same tree, branches of the same tree. If you want to be happy, you're never going to be happy if you're thinking unhappy thoughts. And a lot of you might be asking me, well, Wolfgang, I know that I'm never going to be happy if I don't think happy thoughts, but I don't think happy thoughts. How am I supposed to think happy thoughts, blah, 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 when all I can think of is negative thoughts? Well, you should read The Power of Habit. You should read that book. You should learn about dopamine and habits. You should learn about how you are literally a creation of your thoughts and your habits, okay? And your beliefs, obviously, but they're all the same thing. You have to change your habit of thought to change your habits to change your life. The main problem that these people have is that they are allowing their thoughts to be on autopilot, and they're letting them think bad thoughts. They're letting themselves procrastinate. They're letting their situation defeat them, and they're not taking life by the horns. They're not taking responsibility for their time here on earth before it ends. And they're not doing their best effort to create life. The fact of the matter is, it's all a matter of habits and discipline. You have to discipline your mind, okay? Allowing yourself to masturbate to pornography, give yourself excuses, not hit the gym, eat unhealthy foods, and do things that you know are bad for you. Allowing yourself to not do the things you know you need to do. Allowing yourself to be on your phone all damn day. That's your problem. Change your life. It's that simple. It really is. Like, comment, subscribe, and leave your comments and questions down below.